Welcome to Vuka Online News at this hour. The Western Cape High Court in Cape Town on Friday, 24th of July, granted a interim interdict preventing National Assembly Speaker Togo Didiza and Impeachment Committee Chairperson Makashile Ghana from continuing with the process. The decision remains in place pending the outcome of Ramaphosa's review application against the Section 89 Independent Panel report. That report found that the president has questions to answer regarding the theft of approximately $580,000 in his Palapala game farm in Limpopo in February 2020. The review application is set to be heard from the 2nd to the 4th of September. ANC MP and impeachment committee member Mikateko Mhlaule on Friday defended the court's decision, describing it as a reflection of constitutional protections rather than a setback for parliamentary oversight. Mhlaule urged the political parties not to mischaracterize the ruling as a judgment on the president's guilt or innocence. Umkhonto weSizwe Party MP Andile Mqutama criticized the court in strong terms, saying its ruling is a spit in the face of the people, and DA leader Jaden Hill Lewis also weighed in, stating that the court's ruling should not be interpreted as a finding of the truth of the allegations or as clearing of Ramaphosa, and emphasized that while the president is within his rights to pursue legal avenues, the public also deserves answers about the Palapala saga. Roughly 97% of Tshepisong's more than 12,000 electricity customers are not purchasing electricity legally, City Power has revealed, as the utility withdrew all technical restoration and maintenance services from the area with effect from Friday, 24th of July. Only about 3% of customers in the area are vending electricity legally, according to City Power, and these are largely businesses such as Pick n Pay, BP Garage, Chisanyama, Moses Supermarket and Butchery, along with chicken farms and bulk egg suppliers. Spokesperson Isaac Mangena said this level of compliance was far below what is required to sustain the electricity network. City Power said it had invested millions of rand over the several years to improve electricity supply in Tshepisong. More than 20 new pole-mounted transformers were installed between January and May 2025 alone, and an estimated cost of approximately 400,000 rand each. And despite this investment, the utility said the gains kept being reversed, with City Power have adopted an 80% vending compliance threshold that must be reached before newly restored infrastructure is energized. As part of the agreed normalization program, customers are required to make an initial electricity purchase of 500 rand. While pensioners and registered on the expanded social package are required to pay 200 rand before supply is safely restored. The death of a Nigerian national during a police drug raid in Bellville on Thursday has intensified concerns among members of the Nigerian community just weeks after another Nigerian man died during a South African police operation. The Independent Police Investigative Directorate has confirmed it is investigating circumstances surrounding the man's death after Western Cape Police referred the matter to the watchdog following the incident on Thursday. IPID spokesperson Liz Shuping confirmed that investigators had opened a probe. It is alleged that the police went to search a house in Parklands after receiving a tip-off on someone who had drugs. They allegedly found him with drugs. It is further alleged that the suspect collapsed and died while the police were on his property. Some of the residents allegedly became unruly, and police had to use rubber bullets to manage the situation. One of the residents was allegedly injured by a rubber bullet. The post-mortem will be conducted to determine the deceased's cause of death. The United States enacted its Section 301 tariffs on Friday, imposing 10% to 12.5% tariffs on countries it deems have committed forced labor violations, including South Africa. The new measures took effect on Friday, the 24th of July, under Section 301 of the U.S. Trade Act of 1974. South Africa has been placed in the upper tariff tier, which will face a 12.5% duty on affected exports in the United States. South Africa was grouped alongside major economies including China, Japan, and South Korea after the Office of the United States Trade Representative determined that its enforcement of bans on forced labor imports was inadequate. The tariffs form part of a broader action against 60 economies that the Trump administration says have failed to effectively prohibit importation of goods made with forced labor. South Africa sought to avoid the tariffs through diplomatic engagement. In your sports, winger Prince Nkabinde scored a hat-trick and scrum half Faf de Klerk a brace in the Cheetahs' bonus point victory against the Sharks 15 in Bloemfontein on Friday. Coach Frans Steyn side tramped 43-21 after the teams had been locked at 14-14 at halftime. In round 3 of the Currie Cup, the Cheetahs take on the Griquas in Kimberley with the Sharks up against the Stormers in Cape Town. And the South African team is confident of putting up a fight for another top 10 finish in the medals table at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. At the last edition of the Games in Birmingham in 2022, the South African team were represented by 217 athletes in 18 sport codes. But in Glasgow, the squad includes 112 athletes in 10 sports codes, and these include athletics, bowls, boxing, cycling, gymnastics, judo, netball, swimming, weightlifting, and 3x3 basketball. 2 swimmers, backstroke star Peter Gutse and breaststroke specialist Lara van Niekerk will defend titles they won in Birmingham 4 years ago, where they earned gold medals. In addition, swimmer Chatlet Laws and sprinter Akani Simbede have earned gold medals at previous editions of the quadrennial game, and the 11-day Commonwealth Games officially started on Thursday with the opening ceremony and the first round contest being held in some of the lawn bowls categories. For this and other sports news, tune in to Vuka Sports Hour every weekday at 3 p.m. In your weather, Pretoria will be fine and cool in the morning, temperature highs of 21 degrees. Johannesburg, fine and cool, temperature highs of 20 degrees. Cape Town will be fine and cool with light coastal winds, temperature highs of 19 degrees. And Durban will be partly cloudy and humid, temperature highs of 21 degrees. Bloemfontein will be fine and cool in the morning, temperature highs of 20 degrees Celsius. And Polokwane will have fog patches early in the morning with clearing to fine at 20 degrees Celsius. Rustenburg will be sunny and mild with temperature highs of 22 degrees, while Uppington will be warm with clear skies and temperature highs of 24 degrees. Port Elizabeth, Gqeberha will be fine and cool with light breeze, temperature highs of 20 degrees, and East London will be fine and cool with coastal haze and temperature highs of 19 degrees Celsius. For Vuka Online News, I am Monges Makalima.